China has voiced serious concerns over the United States' approach towards chip export control, characterizing it as a strategic manipulation of trade rules. This assertion was made during the ministry's inaugural press conference of 2024. The ministry's spokesperson addressed the media, emphasizing the Chinese government's apprehension regarding the U.S. overt intervention in high-tech exports from Dutch firms to China. The U.S. has converted export control matters into a tool for strategic advantage, you stated, urging the Netherlands to honor their agreements and support lawful international trade. The focus of the remarks was on ASML, a Dutch company renowned for producing lithography machine, crucial for advanced semiconductor manufacturing. ASML disclosed in a statement on January 1st that the Dutch government had imposed restrictions on exporting some of its lithography products to China. This development trails the announcement of new export restrictions by the Dutch government last year on specific equipment used in advanced chip manufacturing. These measures were in line with the U.S. export controls designed to hinder the Chinese military's access to cutting-edge semiconductor technology. Welcome back of another interesting chapter of our channel Inventive Insights makes you discover the unfolding narrative of China's inventive ventures, an expanding impact across various global regions. If you're exploring our channel for the first time and have an interest in the dynamic progression of China's evolution and increasing cloud art content will surely captivate you, please subscribe, like, and comment. Count this video. We delve into the reasons why China's concern of the United States' approach towards chip export controls. Stay with us until the end of the video to find out what the United States is really up to about the chip control. Let's get to it. Following dialogues with the U.S. government, ASML acknowledged that the newest U.S. export regulation, established in October, encompass certain lithography tools. The Chinese government has expressed strong opposition to these policies and has vowed to take necessary steps to safeguard the interests of Chinese businesses. In 2023, the ministry had also implemented export controls on certain metals critical for semiconductor production. During a recent call with U.S. Commerce, Secretary Gina Raimondo, Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao also expressed grave concerns regarding the U.S. export controls on chip technology. Wang highlighted issues, particularly pertaining to restrictions on third-party exports of lithography machine to China, probes into legacy chip supply chains, and sanctions affecting Chinese firms. The ministry statement, translated from Chinese by CNBC, underscored these points. As of this report, the U.S. Department of Commerce has not provided a response to these developments. The ongoing tension between the two economic powerhouses has escalated, with the Chinese ministry reiterating their stance against the U.S. strategic use of export controls in the semiconductor sector. The ministry's statement further elaborated on the potential repercussions of these controls on the global supply chain and the bilateral trade relations between the United States and China. In the call with Secretary Raimondo, Minister Wang Wentao stressed the importance of maintaining a stable and fair international trade environment. He emphasized that the unilateral actions by the U.S. also not only impact the Chinese semiconductor industry, but also have broader implications for global technological advancement and cooperation. The U.S. chip export regulations, particularly those targeting advanced lithography machines from Dutch firm ASML, have been a point of contention. These machines are essential for producing the most advanced chips, a technology in which China seeks to become self-sufficient. The U.S. argues that these restrictions are necessary to prevent the advancement of Chinese military capabilities, while China views them as a blatant attempt to curb its technological and economic growth. Chinese ministry statement also noted their plans to enhance the domestic chip manufacturing capability as a response to these external pressures. This includes increasing investment in research and development and supporting local companies to innovate and compete in the global semiconductor market. The bilateral discussions also touched upon the broader aspects of the U.S.-China trade relationship. Both parties acknowledged the complexity of the issues at hand and the need for ongoing dialogue to address the concerns effectively. However, the Chinese side expressed disappointment over what they perceive as the U.S. persistent efforts to use trade policies as a strategic tool against China. As the global semiconductor industry faces these new challenges, the impact is expected to ripple across multiple sectors reliant on advanced technology. The situation remains fluid, with both countries holding their ground and the international community closely watching the developments. Countdown. The U.S. Department of Commerce's response to these allegations and concerns will be crucial in shaping the future course of U.S.-China trade relations, particularly in the high-tech sector. As of now, the global market awaits further clarity on how these two leading economies plan to navigate this complex and rapidly evolving landscape. The continuation of this high-stakes dialogue between the United States and China is indicative of the deep interdependencies in the global technology sector, particularly in the field of semiconductors. This situation underscores the delicate balance that needs to be maintained in the arena of international trade and technology exchange. China's response to the U.S. export controls is not limited to mere rhetoric. The Ministry of Commerce has indicated that China is actively seeking to bolster its technological self-reliance. This includes enhancing local semiconductor manufacturing capabilities and reducing dependence on foreign technologies, especially those critical to national security and economic development. The Chinese government is expected to channel significant resources into research and development, aiming to leapfrog in areas where it currently lags behind global leaders. At the same time, China has called for international cooperation and adherence to free trade principles. The ministry's spokesperson pointed out that the use of export controls as a geopolitical tool not only hinders China's technological progress, but also disrupts the global supply chain, affecting businesses and consumers worldwide. On the other side, the U.S. maintains that its export controls are necessary to safeguard national security interests. The U.S. has been particularly concerned about the potential military applications of advanced semiconductor technology in China. This stance is part of a broader strategy to maintain technological superiority and to prevent sensitive technologies from being used in a manner contrary to U.S. interests. This situation has put other countries, especially those with significant semiconductor industries like the Netherlands, in a challenging position. On one hand, they are under pressure from the U.S. to comply with export controls. On the other, they face the prospect of losing out on the lucrative Chinese market. This has led to increased calls for a more coordinated and multilateral approach to technology trade policies. Global semiconductor industry, vital for everything from consumer electronics to advanced weapons system, finds itself at the center of this geopolitical tug-of-war. The outcome of these tensions could reshape supply chains, influence global trade patterns, and potentially spark a race for technological self-sufficiency among major powers. As the situation continues to evolve, businesses and governments around the world are closely monitoring the developments. The decisions made by the U.S. and China in the coming months will have far-reaching implications, not just for their bilateral relationship, but for the global economic and technological landscape as a whole. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. If you want to watch more videos like this, please subscribe, like, and share the video to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence.